We're gonna fly Bubbles right between its tentacles. Please don't eat me, reefback.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, Bubbles. We are going on an expedition, you and I, away farther than we have been before, into the depths of this strange alien world, for we must find a source of lithium. The computer tells me we need it for many of our constructions, and we must construct. There is the Aurora in the distance, look, and our escape pod, which I've just noticed is escape pod number 5. Look at that. I wonder if that holds any significance. At any rate, the escape pod is directly over our base, having drifted there, and so we can always find our way back, which of course is a good thing. What's this? A new denizen of the deep to discover. Some kind of flatfish? Finned flatfish with... It's in the sand! It's in the sand! Look, it is quite literally a sand shark. A sand shark rowing around beneath the sands. I wonder if it's friendly. Sand sharks in the past have been quite friendly. I shall call this one Damien. Damien the sand shark. But we're not going to test if it's friendly or not. Easy there now, Damien. He's making quite the sandstorm there. Anyway, let's get back in Bubbles and be on our way. They look friendly enough. Oh, wait a minute. We'll get a little bit more salt. And look at all this quartz. It's like a field of quartz beneath the ocean. This sandy plain certainly seems to bear a lot of quartz crystals. And quartz, of course, is useful for glass and rubber, two of the most useful resources around, actually. Spadefish, I shall also grab you because we need samples for our aquarium, for the Porky Memorial Aquarium, of course, back at our sea base. And we shall take them 2 by 2. Thermal plant fragment. Excellent. Well, we shall grab that, and we shall take that back to our sea base and discover what mysteries it unlocks when we put it in our fragment analyzer.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Uh-oh. We better make for Bubbles. Where even is Bubbles? Is that over there? I don't know how far away she is, so we're just going to go for the surface. Let's not take any chances here. 15 seconds of oxygen, 25 meters. We should make it relatively comfortably, but I am, of course, paranoid after that last occurrence where I nearly drowned and then somehow mysteriously found myself back at my sea base afterwards. There you are, Bubbles. You weren't too far away after all. Given that our inventory is very nearly full, I think we'll just plunder the rest of this sandy plain for all of the quartz and other things that we can find here, and we'll take those back to base, dump them, maybe do some improvements to the base whilst we're there, because we've got lots of quartz now from making glass. And we will have to leave the quest for lithium until the next expedition. Alright, bags are full. Back to Bubbles, and back to base.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, Bubbles. Take us home. Maximum speed. Hello, Damien. And goodbye, Damien. Oh, look, it's one of those huge, great big creatures that we encountered before. The computer assures me that they are passive, and it has labeled them reefbacks. Look at it. Oh, it's magnificent. It is a thing of beauty. Look, I wish we test the computer's theory. We're going to fly Bubbles right between its tentacles. Please don't eat me, reefback. We're friends, yeah? You're just a big old friendly giant, aren't you? This is what we need. More big friendly denizens of the deep. Cruising around, minding their own business, and not even slightly trying to eat me or Bubbles. Farewell, magnificent creature of the deep. If you're in the area, feel free to drop by my base and say hello. As long as you don't try and rip it off the seafloor or smash it to pieces or anything nasty like that. The inviting glow of our base emerging from the deep. Is there a more comforting sight? I don't think so. Come, Bubbles, let us land you on your little landing pad here. Enter Seamoth. Access upgrades. Oh, look, it's got 4 upgrades that you can slot into it. Obviously we can't put salt in there. We'll have to find upgrades that we can indeed fit.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, computer. It's good to be back. Although, sadly, I didn't bring any lithium with me. I'm afraid I have failed in that part of my expedition, but I did bring back lots of quartz. I also found these thermal plant fragments, presumably that rained down from the Aurora as it crashed into the ocean, or possibly after it exploded. So I'll have the analyzer work on those, and we will figure out if it's something that we can add to our sea base. Of course, I mean, I totally know already what a thermal plant is. I don't need to be told or anything. Let's put our 2 spadefish into the Porky Memorial Aquarium. It's not the most impressive memorial aquarium just yet, but I'm sure we can sort that out at some point in the future. Let's head out and do some building, shall we? It's not terribly exciting, but I think what I need is like a little warehouse, or a stockroom, if you will, that I can store all of my different types of materials in. We can just have a whole lot of lockers all lined up. So I've extended the base this way from the airlock, and then have another little piece just here. And then in off of that, right here, I can put another corridor section, like a T section. And in here is where my storage lockers will go. So it's nice and close to the entrance of the base. I can just nip in there after I've been out collecting all sorts of things. In fact, let's go around there now. Right now, we just need to chuck down some lockers in here. Just have one on the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. Uh-oh, I'm out of materials. I think I need more titanium. It's okay, I'm sure I have titanium in here somewhere. Alright, so I've got all the titanium that I need to finish off the construction, and I've also got a whole load of materials that I can now start to store in my storage lockers. Here we go, this can be like the salt store right here on the end. I mean, I don't know if I need all of this salt now that you don't need salt for cooking, but I'm sure I can find a use for it at some point. Titanium, yeah, I guess the middle one can maybe be like ore storage. Alright, let's just use the last of this titanium to build another room on the base. We might as well, rather than just sticking it in storage. Look at the base, though. Look how cool the base looks. With all of the lights shining out into the night, blazing away, announcing that I am here in this world and I mean to stay. And my base shall be shiny and lovely. I think that's light shining from my base. Maybe there's some kind of bioluminescence underneath it or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's add a new room onto our base. I think we have enough titanium for a new room. We don't really have enough titanium for anything else. So we'll find somewhere to put a room. In fact, you know what? I've got the perfect place for a room. Right here, hanging out over the edge of our base. It's going to be magnificent. And perhaps we can have some kind of vertical corridor or something leading down to a lower level. And we can kind of step the base down gradually into the deep. Look at that. I mean, it's only got 2 legs supporting it, which looks a little bit on the precarious side. Well, 3 legs. Okay, it's got 3 legs, but they're all kind of on one side, which is a little bit dodgy.
10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Speaking of dodgy, we better get back inside and quickly recharge our oxygen. Oh, there we go. Let's take a look from the inside whilst we're here. Look, we'll just wander along through our glass corridor into our new room hanging out over the side. Now, what I kind of want to do here, what I'm thinking is that we'll have like a corridor or a shaft or something leading down. If we can do that, well, we're a bit light on materials at the moment, so let's just worry about that later. Drink our water and eat our cooked hoverfish. Still a little bit peckish. I think we might have to eat something from the Porky Memorial Aquarium. Let's eat the spadefish. They're tasty. I think they're tasty anyway. We can leave the builder here in our tools locker and head out! In bubbles the Seamoth.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Dave has drunk his own pee. It was recycled through the suit. It was fine. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, let's head out and explore this kind of red grassland here that's on the edge of our base. I think there might be lithium here. Who knows? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But it is something that needs exploring. Anyway, look, there's a fragment right here. What is this a fragment of? Let's take a look. Terraformer fragment. Oh, we'll grab that. Terraforming sounds like exactly the sort of thing that a lone survivor on a hostile alien world should be thinking about doing. Ooh, look, a nodule. We'll definitely go for the nodule. Nodules always contain wonderful, wonderful things. What have we got? Silver ore. Silver's good. Silver's useful. It's not really like a base building material, but I'm sure it can be used for things. Metal salvage, of course, is always useful as well for expanding our base and generally building all sorts of good things like that. There's a whole shoal of fish here. Oh, I think I hear our big old friend. He's out there somewhere in the deep. There he is, look. Gliding out of the gloom. Have you come to say hello, my friend? That's really awesome. Just like swimming away. Whoa! Quick, quick, Bubbles, protect me!
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I love the way they just bounce off of my plexiglass view bubble. Yes, you fools! You cannot get me when I'm inside the mighty bubbles. I could probably get out and maybe fight them with my knife, but I think we'll just leave them behind. Maybe they contain something useful, but frankly, I prefer harvesting the docile sea life myself. Uh-oh, hold on, can we get this quickly? Ow!
Welcome
They
aboard,
followed me!
Captain.
Curse you! How did you follow me? How did you display such remarkable intelligence that they just keep bouncing off of Bubbles? Let's just leave. Come on, Bubbles. Your health is still 100. They are obviously completely harmless to you, but nonetheless, we should probably put a bit of distance between us. Damien? We should probably put a... Was that Damien? Just doing a bit of a growl there. He sounded an awful lot like a sort of a tiger or something, didn't he? Crazy. All right, fine. Have we put enough distance between us and those little piranha things that ravenously attacked me? Actually took quite a few chunks out of me, didn't they? Sorry, Bubbles. I think... No, look, they're still with me! Wow, you guys are persistent. You are seriously, seriously persistent. Do you think I can ram them? Look, let's try and ram them. Oh, watch out! Sorry, Bubbles. I may have dented Bubbles by ramming into the sea floor when I was trying to ram piranha creatures. It serves me right. I probably shouldn't have been trying to ram them at all. Let's just power off in a distance and see how far we get and see what interesting things there may be out here beyond where we have been before. Beyond the sandy plains, the ocean hue is changing. It's kind of a greenish hue, and we have these huge rock pillars reaching up. This is definitely somewhere new. I wonder what new minerals and materials we may be able to harvest from this place. Come, Bubbles, let's explore it further. 57 meters depth. We're still pretty close to the surface. Everything should be pretty good here. Oh, what's this? Look! Some kind of bluish crystal. Could this be lithium? Could this be the fabled lithium? Let's have a look. It is mercury ore. Mercury ore in crystal form? Well, okay, fine. Mercury ore, I'm sure we can find very useful things to do with mercury ore. Look, there's more nodules. More nodules that need fiddling with. Titanium, that's a little bit disappointing, having come all this way. Copper, that's also a little bit disappointing. It's basically just the resources that we're used to. Titanium, alright, well maybe this isn't quite such a unique and strange place. Although it did have a little, like, mercury ore crystal growing out of the side of one of these rocky pillars that reach up from the depths. Look, there's another one. We now have 2 mercury ores. There's another one over there as well. Once again, I've managed to completely fill my inventory with all sorts of random stuff.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, Bubbles. We're heading back to the sea base now, but don't worry, we shall return here, where we can load up on a great deal of mercury ore and possibly other things that have yet to be discovered. Ease down. Ease down. There we go. A perfect park job, as always. Alright, let's head in and drop all of our stuff off. Terraformer fragment, that can go straight in the Terraformer. I mean, in the fragment analyzer. And then we'll see what we need to build it. Here we go. Oops, that's reclaimed water. Terraformer fragment. That makes much more sense. Here, have my pee. Analyze my pee. Access fragment analyzer. Tell me what you discover, what secrets we can now make real in our vast underwater base. What does the pee tell you? It tells me I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna drink it. There we go, I've drunk it. Let's do a spot more building whilst we're here, shall we? I've got a load of titanium. We can try and make this vertical connector. So if I just put a corridor section down here below the room, like that, now I should be able to connect the two up, right? With a vertical connector? No? Doesn't seem to work. So you're saying I need to, if I create like a corridor off the side of that room, and then another one below it, then we ought to be able to have that connected with a vertical connector. That, and then the same above. We're gonna have to go out again here, look. That. Another corridor. That. And then a vertical connector of doom. It works, look! It works. We haven't got enough titanium left. We need more titanium. I'm really excited about this vertical connector. Hold on. I need to finish it. It's done! Alright, it's done. And our new technology has been created, which means our Terraformer is now available for construction. I wonder what materials that is going to need. But before we look at that... Come on, we have to go and look at the little vertical connector. Do I need to put a hatch there? Can I put a ladder? There we go, I can put a ladder. Doing. Oh, there it is, look! Let's go down. Oh, there's no animation yet. We just teleport straight down, like super fast. There we go. Oh, that's good. I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that indeed. Our lower level, which could be a bit more utilitarian, perhaps a bit more scientific, that's on the go nicely now. Okay, let's see how we build this Terraformer. Where is it? Terraformer there. Accessible terrain alteration. Terraformer blueprint, advanced wiring kit, and a battery. That all sounds pretty easy. How do we make an advanced wiring kit? It should be under electronics, right? Advanced wiring kit, we need gold and a computer chip. 2 gold and a computer chip. And for a computer chip, we need coral, silver ore, and quartz. I'm pretty sure we can do all of that. We might even have all of those resources in the base, ready to go in our storage area. Oh yes, that's what I call a proper base with proper supplies. Everything we need to build our new piece of kit without even having to go outside. Come on, fabricator, build me my terraformer. I am eager to try it out. There we go, we've got it. Look at that, how easy was that? Where is it? There it is! My terraformer! What can we even do with this thing? I mean, it's a terraformer, right? So we can terraform, presumably. Oh, it's doing something! It's doing something! We just, like, sucked it up! We just sucked up a load of sand. Look, let's do it again. Ready? Wow! Suck it all into the terraformer. Now I guess if I throw this thing into reverse, we can create our own land! We are the Purple Scythe Mercenary Company, and all shall fear us across the land. After years of bloodying your sword for meager pay, you've saved up enough crowns to start your very own mercenary company. Your men look to you to give a command. They live and die for the Purple Scythe. Theodobald only ever had one real talent, using his fish to bloody the noses of other men, and not going down no matter what. You there? Yeah,